You just do like a subtitles over it then if we didn't have any audio.
It's probably better.
Which would be kind of funny.
We're doing Priscilla and Aquila.
Priscilla and Aquila.
I'm so excited.
Not Ananias and Sapphira. They're not the same. I confused
Which
those
I
two.
thought something was off about that because I was confused last week.
Welcome to the three Abecedarians. My name's Jordache. What if I would have fell?
I would have loved it. I would have been the best thing
You would have
ever.
felt terrible.
No, I would have been upset because the cat.
I'm one of these 6 views. You would have felt terrible. Anyway,
If you would like to get knocked over,
Matt.
yeah. No, see, here's what I love about like the Priscilla, Aquila, Ananias, Sapphira kind of thing. There was a trend in like biblical times of like having rhyming names with your spouse. It was like, "Hi, I'm Priscilla. I'm Aquila. We should totally hook up." Right? That was how they. That's yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
that sounds authoritative. I'm gonna go with it
because I'm pretty sure originally in the original Hebrew it was Abraham and Saraham.
Maybe it was Abrai and Sarai.
Like Adam and Eve.
Totally.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. Welcome to our show today. We are on P. The letter P.
The letter P.
And so
P is for Priscilla and Aquila.
Aquila.
Aquila, Priscilla.
Tequila.
I have asked to share the summary. Oh, you did all the work for
Well,
it.
no, I always do notes.
I feel bad now.
But those are his my notes.
Those are
Those are his notes from
No,
last.
they're not. I just
Okay,
brush that
well,
up.
we're going to try to keep this under 10 minutes, and we're doing a great job
Okay,
so far.
2 minutes, go.
Summary is very quick. This is found in, or Priscilla and Aquila are found in Acts chapter 18, and also
Page 51
Romans
and 52
chapter
and then-
16. Okay, most of their stuff though comes from Romans chapter 16, where Paul is writing to the church in Rome and basically encouraging the church to continue their faith, continue their good works, continue pursuing God. Okay, well, in chapter 16, wrapping up the letter, he mentions Priscilla and Aquila by congratulating them and encouraging them and thanking them for the house church that they have in Rome. Right now, this is significant for a few reasons. One, we know Priscilla is a woman, okay? And at the time period, Paul received a lot of flack for his letter to the Corinthian church about saying, oh, women can't be in leadership over men, all these fun things. But then we have Paul in the church to Rome, in the letter to the church of Rome, praising a female that is in leadership and leading a house church, okay? And so there's a lot of just questions back and forth there. But what we know about Priscilla, and this is something that's just about the language that Paul is writing in, is he names Priscilla's name first. Right? That's actually significant in that time period as authors, writers, when they would write about people, they would put the person that was either of most importance or of most, not value, but like leading the charge, I guess, the leader of the two, the leader of the branch, etc. They would put that name first. It was very intentional. We don't do that in our writings today all the time. And so Paul specifically put Priscilla, when he's congratulating them in Romans 16, saying, hey, thank you for being a steward of the Lord. Thank you for leading this house church. I commend you. I congratulate you. You are doing the work, because Paul never visited the church in Rome. He was never there, so he had to trust that his pastors, his leaders, were leading the church. Boom. That's the summary of those two. And that's all I got.
Okay, modern context. You've got these two people who they've been doing it an awful lot, and as Jordan said, as Priscilla is named first, she may have been carrying the majority of the weight in that work. Now, I did a little bit of reading, and yes, it was Wikipedia, but several scholars believe that Priscilla may have actually been the author of the book of Hebrews.
Yeah.
Hebrews is one of the only, it may be the only, nice, it may be, settle down, you'll get your turn.
I'm so excited.
Yeah. You should try to hide
I just can't hide it.
So
You're not wrong, though.
I'm about to lose control.
This is good information.
right, so,
Can't hide it.
okay, settle down, jeez.
I was going with the song.
I know you were. We're moving past this.
Can't stop the feeling!
No, not that song.
Oh.
This is way before that.
Modern context, you were talking about Wikipedia and Priscilla being...
Are you guys
author
done
of
singing?
Hebrews.
Yep.
Great.
Oh, I was waiting
This
for
is
you.
not coming out of my 2 minutes. So Hebrews
I
being
only
one
used
of
like
being one of the only books of the New Testament whose author has been unverified.
Potentially.
They believe that maybe Priscilla wrote Hebrews because it has a lot to do with the style, with the flow of it, and with how it's a little prettier than some of the others, a little poetic. And so they believe, scholars believe that her name was left off of it, either A, because they didn't want to admit that a woman had written a book of the Bible, or B, to ensure that it would actually be considered for inclusion into the the New Testament when they were compiling the books to make the New Testament.
Yeah.
Because had they known a woman had written it, they would not have included it.
Yeah.
Partially because of the things Paul said. Whatever.
To a specific church.
Not a huge Paul fan.
I know you're not.
He wasn't
but
very subtle.
It's because you didn't study Paul.
Yeah, I'm talking about subtlety. That's funny. So, so Priscilla, she was very influential in the church, the early church, and in the modern church, assuming that she is in fact the author of Hebrews. So she really did an awful lot, like more than most Bible scholars would really be willing to admit.
So she's like the Beth Moore.
Oh, shut up about Beth. Oh my gosh. So
that'll get his views.
What they do,
I'll get 7 views.
and a lot of thumbs downs. So we get the sense though that Priscilla needed her husband because he is always tacked on. You never hear him talk about just Priscilla. It's always Priscilla and Aquila. And this reminds me a lot of like modern day authors and artists and scientists who were women whose work and whose discoveries get attributed to their male counterparts, whether it's their husbands, whether it's another scientist who works in that division. They do not get to accept full credit. They do not get the full honor of their work, and this is, I think, something similar to that. Like, I don't know if you're familiar with the movie. I think it's called Big Eyes. This painter in the 60s, I believe, who painted these sort of doll-like characters with these massively oversized eyes, and it became a pop culture phenomenon, and people went crazy over it. Well, the art houses of the time weren't really selling anything by women, and so her husband submitted these paintings as his own, and they blew up. They went crazy, and he just kept taking credit for it, even after it was pretty much a given that nobody cared who painted them. They just liked the paintings, and she totally could have gotten the credit, but he refused to give her the credit. This is something I think similar. This is a great indicator of how powerful women are, but how important it is for our fragile masculinity that they be kept so subdued. Not really a modern context.
I was gonna say, I don't know, because her name was first. I think this was a case where they really did actually.
They were
where
leaning.
She did get,
they were doing as much as they could, but they couldn't even name her. They couldn't even name her independently. And it's not just Paul. Paul's not the one I'm complaining about.
Yeah.
It was the church run by a bunch of men. And I can't even say white men because they weren't.
Nope. Middle Eastern.
Why do you hate white men so much?
Oh, I've known a lot of them.
Stupid fat white people.
So, yeah. Since you didn't really do a modern context either, then I'm not gonna the sorting thing. I'm gonna there's in my notes there were other things.
This is your man.
No,
come
this
on.
is my chance. This is it's my 2 minutes. I get to spend it however I want, dude. Because I already know what I'm gonna sort them as.
I know. That's why I gave it to you.
2.5 seconds. So, because you already sorted them, and you just said it because you knew what I would say.
I'm playing to your strengths, Brian. Go ahead. Modern context.
I feel manipulated. No, I don't have a modern context.
Manipulated?
I was just gonna say.
What's manipulated?
No, manipulated. Stop wasting my 2 minutes. So Priscilla and Aquila were actually from Italy. They got kicked out of Italy because all the Jews got booted out of Italy. So that's why they left. And then, so then Paul hung out with them. And they were tent makers along with Paul. So they actually worked with Paul. So they actually worked together for a while.
They were in the same industry. The same.
Or some people say it was leather making or whatever. And so they got to hang out. And he lived with them for a while or something, according to
a tanner of hides. One of their,
Yeah, and so they did tent making and everything. What was the other thing that was in my notes that... Oh, and they were responsible. There was some guy named Apollos who was like a teacher. You know, people say like, I'm Apollos.
Yep.
And so Priscilla and Aquila, probably more Priscilla, then like he was teaching already, but then
he was only teaching about the baptism of John.
Right. And so they gave him the way it explains it is more accurate kind of.
Yeah.
They taught him more accurately about the truth of Jesus.
They
and so
set him straight.
They set him straight. Yeah, so that she's kind of partly responsible for
what do the
his fame too.
Say to the
and
face.
Then some people thought. So Priscilla or Prisca means venerable in Latin, and Aquila means eagle. So eagle and venerable.
That's freaking
awesome.
eagle.
Yeah.
My name means a thing you wipe your feet on. His name means a river.
Matt's
your name is just it rhymes with Ryan. I think that's it.
I don't know what it is.
Names aren't cool anymore.
They're not.
Venerable Eagle. Love it.
All right.
Venerable
what house?
Hufflepuff.
Yep. Yes. Yeah. I 100% agree. Hufflepuff. They were very loyal. They were dedicated. They took care of others. They looked after stuff. They had one job to do, and they did the crap out of it.
Yep.
High five, Brian.
I'm going Gryffindor because they were a house church in Rome.
No, you can't resort it.
And Rome was being persecuted, and so there was danger, there was boldness, there needed to have courage.
Resort them.
Both of them, Gryffindor, second house, maybe Hufflepuff, but...
I did Hufflepuff because I like the word.
Let's vote.
I like the word Hufflepuff.
All right.
Okay, who thinks Gryffindor?
Raise your hand.
You don't even think Gryffindor?
Who thinks Hufflepuff?
Oh yeah, Hufflepuff all the way.
You always say Hufflepuff.
I know. I like the word Hufflepuff. That's why he had me do the story. Because they were Hufflepuff.
Yeah, Hufflepuffs. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Again, if you like these videos, just imagine what else there is out there for you to like. More of our videos.
A lot of stuff.
So go ahead and like, comment, subscribe.
If you
share
like
this
these
with your friends.
videos, clearly your standards are low, so you should like a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah, and we're doing our best to keep these things family friendly. So every time Jordan says or
I didn't say any of that.
We beep it out.
Yeah.
So anytime you hear a beep, that's Jordan cussing.
I don't say any of that. I am to the.
You're gonna beep a lot of stuff out, aren't you?
Have to keep it family friendly. Anyway, thanks for watching. We'll see you later. I'm going to turn this off.
Can't believe you're a pastor with such a foul mouth.
I am not a pastor.
Whatever.